to just water, the child just still water.
Yes, sir. Still has the tag on it, but let's say we find ourselves in a situation, it's a rainy day and we're like, oh, so he wants to come and grab, go ahead and stand this, and use the umbrella to create distance between you and your opponent. The most important thing is going to be situational awareness. You have to be aware of your surroundings. So what that means is if you walk down the street, you're on a sidewalk, you walk as close to the curb as possible. If you find yourself having to walk on the actual street itself, then walk against the flow of traffic. You want to make yourself you want to give yourself the least exposure possible to be harmed by anyone. Maybe this is another situation. Go ahead. Place. So you can use an umbrella for quite a few things, but the most important thing is that when you use your umbrella or you use whatever you choose to use, the idea is not to stay in the fight. The idea is actually to get out of the fight. Maybe you just got finished reading your magazine. And if you roll it up just right, it might actually add up to something that might be better than nothing. So go ahead, please. Please! If you find yourself in a difficult situation,
What if your pants?
the cool thing about these belts is go ahead and block it. Go ahead, upper block just to give you here we go. When I smack it, you can't really block it because it actually goes around his arm. And if you got a buckle on it, it'll score something. So, place. Hey! And you can use the belt to do what you have to do. So when somebody comes at when somebody comes at you and they want something from you, give it to them. So what are they going to ask for? They're going to ask for money, a wallet, they're going to ask for a cell phone. What else can they ask for? Keys? Maybe a latte, but you want that later. So maybe this money is something. So if I'm in a situation where I find myself in a difficult position, it's throwing the mud and getting out. And this will have an impact even more so when it's filled up. But if you find yourself super threatened and you just got your expensive latte, it's probably worth your life that if he comes at you, place, to spit it in his face and get out of the harm's way.
I hope it ain't cold.
And hope it ain't cold. Now a lot of people wear scarves in the winter. Scarves. So scarf. Okay. Place. Come ahead, 3-4 times. And you can use it to. You got me after all. But how about for the ladies? Maybe they have a bad hair day. Bad hair day, maybe that's your toolbox. Alright, so place. And you use it as a raking. But maybe sometimes you find yourself with something as simple as a pen. Maybe you're sitting and you just start signing your life away. Well, not literally, but maybe. Use a knife. Voice. Soft points, eye, throat, ear.
I'm writing the number now.
Maybe mark an X on them, that way they can find them. Even a poke to the shoulder. These things, if they're fast enough, they will penetrate. And they might not put somebody out, but they'll hurt somebody. I thought about quite a few things that we find ourselves in. Sometimes a flashlight can be a real useful tool. So, yeah, that's fine. So So if you find yourself with a flashlight, maybe I'll do two-person at first. It's usually really useful that most times people try to get on somebody is because they have some type of weakness or the leverage is not on their side. Maybe it's dark, maybe it's a lonely alley. So what do you think is going to be really good in a lonely alley? The most effective self-defense is probably going to be a whistle. I don't have a whistle on me, as you noticed, but a whistle is going to be really effective because it draws attention. You find yourself without a whistle, what's the best thing to scream or yell?
Fire.
Fire. Because if you yell help, everybody's going to run away from you. But if you yell fire, then they're going to be really interested to see where the fire is. All right, someone to do a one-on-one first. So here's how flashlights come in handy. A lot of the self-defense stuff, a lot of the self-defense stuff that you can do with your fist, you can do with a light in your hand. You can use it to strike, you can use it to scratch, you can use it to hit the throat, or you can use it to punch. You got a packed punch that way. So if you got trouble rolling your fist in, you put that in the middle, then you can get it that way. Another thing that flashlights are useful for is to actually prevent the issue in the first place. So let's say, first, I'm not going to get an Oscar for this, but maybe technical difficulties. But if I find myself in an area and I know there's a dark space, maybe shine a light on the dark space. And maybe that can resolve the issue in the first place instead of getting into a physical altercation. Now, weapons are pretty common if one person comes alone, but when there's two people, then it's more unlikely. Go ahead, Carly. So the best thing to do is when you have two people on you is to actually defend and stick. Go ahead. 2 punches. Stick them. Stick them. These strikes have to be really hard, and if you impress the first person, the second and third person might respect what you have to offer. So you stick the first person, and don't play fair. If somebody's coming for you, go ahead, Carly. Please. Don't play fair. Go for the score, okay? Now, last but not least, even when you are getting attacked by multiple opponents, go ahead, Alicia, join us. And you have 3 people at you, sometimes a flashlight can even do a lot of good things, especially when it's dark and our eyes are adjusted to darkness, and any type of lightness is going to cause us to see all kinds of colors and dots. So in that case, maybe something like a strobe light will help, where you flash people in the eye for a second. All right, so go ahead, punch, punch, punch. Peace. Please. And you can use that to at least blind everyone just enough to get what you need to get. And then, of course, get out of there. With that, I conclude my demonstration.
All right, very good. So,